Hey everybody, this is the Instagram Ads with a Twang podcast. I'm your host, Ben Blackman, and this is the fourth and final episode in our four-part series about Instagram ads and how to do them right. So on this one, what we're going to talk about is how to fix ads that just aren't working. We're going to talk about diagnosing those. So here comes episode 96. Facebook Ads with a Twang is dedicated to taking the often overcomplicated process of creating simple, successful Facebook ads, breaking them down step by step in less than 10 minutes at a time. Let's get started. Okay, so we're on episode 96, and I'm glad that we've made it this far, and we're going to be talking about something that is really applicable across channel, meaning you could apply it to Facebook ads or you could apply it to YouTube ads. With slight tweaks, but you could really diagnose what's going on with your ads and fix them. Most people, like if an ad doesn't convert, they revamp the whole ad, or they just start changing random things not based on data. And so that's what we have to do. We have to understand what information that we have and make our decisions based on that information. So before I get into the nuts and bolts of that, I just wanted to talk a little bit about a gentleman who scheduled a call with me this week and about his business and stuff. And I'm not going to use his name just because I didn't ask him if I could, so I don't feel comfortable about mentioning it, although I don't think he would mind. But anyway, it's a gentleman from India, and he has an e-commerce business. And he said he was listening to the Facebook Ads with a Twang podcast on Spotify, I think, and he just wanted to talk to me a little bit about doing, not me doing the ads, but kind of showing him how to do them. But when he started talking to me, he actually has somebody that's been doing his ads, and he's been doing phenomenally well. They sell like cakes and stuff, what's happened is during the whole, COVID lockdown type stuff, he has really been thriving. And this is what really struck me as he and I were talking. So he had hired someone to do his ads, and the person, they were talking about, about running ads and when to run them and that type of thing. And this person, apparently she didn't want to run an ad the way he suggested, and he was finally like, no, let's go ahead and do it. And it worked. Like, it just took off, right? And he admittedly, he's not the ads expert, okay? But the point is he's an expert at understanding his marketplace, right? And so, if you hire somebody like me or you hire somebody else to do your ads, whatever, you're still the business owner, right? You make the decision. You know your market. You better know your market better than anybody else, okay? And he made that decision, and it worked. And see, that happens so often. I was thrilled to hear him say that. And I was also glad that he was taking an interest in learning how to actually do the ads himself. I don't think that he wants to do them, day in, day out all the time. I just think he wants to understand them better. And that's perfectly okay. I get that. And you should, even if you hire them out, you should understand how ads work and how to do them. So, again, as a business owner, you really have the final say, right? And if you have a gut feeling that something's going to work or something's going to connect with your audience, then more often than not, it probably will. And that's the really cool thing about Instagram ads. It's the cool thing about Facebook ads is you can put it out there usually for not a lot of money and test it out and figure out if it's going to work or not pretty fast. So, don't wait to understand everything that there is to know, because you're never going to understand everything there is to know. I don't understand everything there is to know about them, okay? It changes. It's a fluid kind of thing. So put it out there, get in front of your audience, and get going. All right, so that's my little preachy session. And let's go ahead and talk about how to fix ads that aren't working. Now, this, like I said, applies multi-channel, but we're talking specifically about Instagram. So there's going to be three parts here. The first one is if you're getting a lot of clicks to your website, right? The ad's getting a lot of clicks, and you're getting, a high conversion or a high click-through rate, but low conversion. So they click through, they get to the landing page, they don't go anywhere else from there, right? And they're just not converting in one form or another for whatever it is, whether it's a webinar, an opt-in, a purchase, it doesn't really matter. So what's going on? Well, likely what's happening is your image is highly effective and your copy is probably on point, but what's not is could be one of three things. It could be the targeting. So targeting is always a potential change, right? You have to make sure you get in front of the right people, because if you're not getting in front of the right people, it doesn't matter what you have, what you're offering them. And something else it could be is the landing page. Maybe the landing page isn't congruent with the ad, or not congruent enough, or it wasn't what they thought it was going to be, right? And then the last thing it could be the offer. And really, the offer you should probably start with. You know, if you've already have proof of concept and you've had people signing up and you've had, or whatever it is, selling whatever it is, then you know you have an offer that people will take. The question is can you get the cost to where you need them to be to continue to make that offer? So, again, lots of clicks to your website, high click-through rate, but low conversions. Then check your targeting, check your landing page. Okay, make your adjustments there. All right, and I would start with targeting, just so you know. That's where I would start. All right, that's number one. Number two, if you're getting conversions, but they're at a really high cost, so you're getting people to the landing page, and people are converting, but it's just costing too much. What do you need to do? Well, there's a couple of things. One, what you're trying to do is you want to increase the number of clicks that you can get. And you can do that with an image. However, and that is part of it. But something else that a lot of people don't focus on Instagram ads is the ad copy. I know I talked about that before. I guess they feel like that maybe Instagram is all image driven, and it is. It is image driven. That's true. However, I haven't seen an ad out there that couldn't benefit from having better ad copy. And yours is the same way. So learn how to make more relevant ad copy to your audience. The more relevant your ad is to the audience, and that's how the algorithm works. It looks at your copy and to see how it's connecting with people and how the image is, and they assign these relevancy scores. But the more relevant you make it to your audience, the lower your cost to show your ads. The lower your cost to show your ads, the more clicks you're going to get with your current budget, and the more conversions. That's just the way it works. Okay. And then, of course, you do want to check your targeting on that, right? Your targeting could be off, right? Because you're getting conversions, but you're not getting enough. So the algorithm's not understanding exactly who's going to convert, because you're not getting enough people through quickly enough for it to understand. So I hope that makes sense. So again, you're getting conversions, but at a high cost. Check your ad copy, tweak it, and then also check your targeting. All right. The third thing, if you're not getting very many clicks, you're just not getting the clicks, right? That's where it starts. You got to get clicks. Clicks, that's not going to work out. So what do you change? Well, first of all, it's the image. It's almost always the image. And so you want to be able to make a measurable difference, right? Not a micro difference. And so how do you do that? So if it's really tanking, like if your click-through rate's really low, you're just not getting very many clicks, so it's costing you a lot to get people to the landing page or whatever, then you want to make a radical change. Don't make a incremental change, right? You want to, because you want to be able to attribute any change to a significant thing that you did change, if that makes sense. Like if you just make a small change, like you have an image with you on it, let's say, and you have a little bit of ad or a little bit of copy on it, and you just change that copy that's on the image, that's probably not going to make a huge difference. It might. It could. I don't say that it won't, but probably not. So instead, use a completely different image that maybe is not even congruent with what you're doing, right? I'm not saying you have to do something outrageous, but sometimes you do, and see that if you can start driving the clicks, okay? Because that's what you're trying to figure out. And then, of course, also the issue could be targeting. So that's true for all three of these. Targeting's always on the table. So again, on number 3, you're not getting very many clicks. Check your image, change it, test out some variations, and really go for something completely different. And also check your targeting on it. Okay, so this wraps up the 4th episode in our 4-part series about Instagram ads. And on the next episode, we will go back and do our Facebook ads with the twang, as we normally do. If you guys have any questions, need anything, let me know, and I will see y'all on episode 97.